Prosperity is not without many fears and distastes, and adversity is not without comforts and hopes. A prudent question is one half of wisdom. A man is but what he knows. Money is like manure, of very little use, except it be spread. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unsought for are commonly the most valuable. Natural abilities are like natural plants. They need pruning by study. All rising to great place is by a winding stair. God Almighty first planted a garden. A man that studies revenge keeps his own wounds green. A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. Anger makes dull men witty, but it keeps them poor. A healthy body is the guest, chamber of the soul. A sick its prison. Seek ye first the good things of the mind, and the rest will either be supplied or its loss will not be felt. Who questions much shall learn much and retain much. Books will speak plain when counselors blanch. Life, an age to the miserable, and a moment to the happy. Nothing is pleasant that is not spiced with variety. Fame is like a river that beareth up things light and swollen, and drowns things weighty and solid. Read not to contradict and confute, nor to believe and take for granted, but to weigh and consider. A sudden, bold, and unexpected question doth many times surprise a man, and lay him open. The worst solitude is to have no real friendships. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. A man must make his opportunity as oft as find it. He that gives good advice builds with one hand. He that gives good counsel and example builds with both. But he that gives good admonition and bad example builds with one hand and pulls down with the other. Hope is a good breakfast, but it is a bad supper. The great end of life is not knowledge, but action. If a man be gracious and courteous to strangers, it shows he is a citizen of the world. The genius, wit, and the spirit of a nation are discovered by their proverbs. Whoever is out of patience is out of possession of their soul. As the births of living creatures are at first ill-shapen, so are all innovations, which are the births of time. Without friends, the world is but a wilderness. There is no man that imparteth his joys to his friends, but he joyeth the more, and no man that imparteth his griefs to his friend, but he grieveth the less. Friendship increases in visiting friends, but in visiting them, seldom. God has placed no limits to the exercise of the intellect he has given us on this side of the grave.